Hey, so it's a Wednesday, it's hair washing day, my hair needs washing, I have a spot sticker on my neck, but I thought that I would start today's video now by reading something that I wrote in my journal a few days ago that I think sets this video up quite well. So here we go. Eve Cornwell finally uploaded again, and of course I watched the video. I've been experiencing a mental block recently, thanks PMS and my tutors admitting that we aren't as developed enough as designers because of COVID, whilst giving me bad grades as well as the majority of the class. This video hit a nerve and was very much relevant to how I was feeling, as well as some recent revelations I've had. She included a quote that says, "If you want to offer some of the best things you can offer to this world, you have to know who you are first." And that couldn't be more true. I don't know who I am really. I haven't since I've been at uni. Things that used to define me were lost in my late teens, and I'm only just getting back to them. Eve pointed out that creative skills aren't seen as very employable by society, and that's why she abandoned them and stopped feeling fulfilled and happy. Seems ironic that I relate to this as I do a creative degree, but I do. I've needed to rediscover myself for a while, but have been delayed by life or just my own poor mental health. The block, though, I've realised, is caused by my low self-esteem. So I can't do anything about anything else before I get that sorted. Or at least start to try. I'm not having a great day mentally today, so I thought that now would be a brilliant time to talk about my new series. Roll the intro. Are you sick of glow-up content being unrealistic and unrelatable, even though you have a desperate need to improve yourself in areas like your self-esteem, your sense of self, healing your inner child, etc., etc.? Well, you've come to the right place. That's it. That's the intro. Hello! I realise that quite a lot of you will not have seen my face before, or will only have seen it on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok, by the way, where I'm going to be doing a lot of the promotion for this series. So yeah, for those of you who, as I say, have never seen my face before, hi, my name's Anna, I'm 21 years old. This is Anna is Random. This is a channel I've had since I was 14, and I've been on YouTube since I was 12, but this is my main channel that I've had for the longest time, and I've wanted to do a sort of glow-up series for quite a while now. At least like 2 years, like as long as the pandemic's been going on, or even a bit before that, ever since my mental health kind of went down the drain, which was right before the pandemic hit, actually, my first year of university, and now I'm in my third year because, you know, COVID, and I'm only just getting around to it, but this is a pivotal time for me to be doing a series like this for two reasons. One, I'm becoming very, very close to being launched into the adult world with no education setting to sort of underpin my life, which I have at the moment with me obviously being at university. I'm a graphic design student, by the way, again, if you guys didn't know. But two, because of that last point, I have to sort my mental problems out now before I'm launched into that world and have to make my own way, because if my belief in my ability to achieve my goals that I want to achieve post-university isn't intact before post-university happens, then in my eyes I'm screwed. So that's kind of been the kick up the rear that I've needed to finally get this kind of content going. So yeah, that's the context that you need, but this is kind of episode 1, kind of the trailer. I will have either titled it trailer, introduction, or just full on episode 1 of a random glow up, which essentially means that I'm going to be talking about what this series is going to entail. This is still relevant so don't click off, but I just wanted to make an introduction to me, which I've kind of already done just now, but also what this series is going to entail, because this is not only going to help me, but also help you, okay? This video is probably titled, "This series will change your life and mine," which is very much the goal of this entire series. So yeah, this is what this video is. Without any further ado, let's get into this, because I am very excited. So, proper episode 1/episode 2, which is going to be next week's video, hopefully, is going to be all about self-esteem, which is obviously something I mentioned in the clip before you saw this version of me, and it's the starting point for everything, because essentially self-esteem is the belief in my own ability to achieve my goals, which is what I was talking about before, which is the crux of my bad mental health today. We were talking about, in uni today, we were talking about agencies we'd like to work for and going out into work, and unfortunately that triggered like an existential crisis in my brain, so I've been having a bit of an internal meltdown, like inside of me's been screaming the whole day, and essentially it's been screaming, "You don't believe you can actually do this, do you?" Let's have that hit you like a brick wall. So that's what I've been dealing with today, and hopefully next week will be the start, at least the start of me starting to heal from that. Because as I said before, I need to sort that before I actually have goals that I want to work towards and have nothing to do but work towards those goals. So yeah, that's one thing I do need to do, and we're also going to touch on confidence as well. That is going to kind of coincide with that, but most of my issue personally is my belief in my own goals, my belief in my own abilities, and also kind of what I think about myself in general, but in terms of my goals, definitely, that is the most important point, so that's what next week's video is going to be about. Moving on to the week after that, episode 3 is going to be about discovering and exploring ourselves, which is the other point I talked about in the first clip, and that is something that I've needed to do for a while, because I've realised that all the things that used to define me when I was younger, kind of before I moved to university, they got lost along the way, whether that was just through the hectic, and I'm going to talk about my sort of experience of university along the way, I'm sure. They're all going to be very sort of chatty, in-depth, very deep. It's going to get very emotional, it's going to get very deep, but that's the whole point. You know, this whole series is about not the stereotypical globe content, like we're going to do deep diving, deep healing, deep undoing of the knots that we need to do in ourselves and in our minds, etc., etc., and discovering what makes us us, especially if you feel like you've lost yourself and you don't really know what defines you anymore, or just who you are in general, then that's definitely going to help. So stick around for that episode, especially when it comes to like, so for me, for instance, that the inspiration for that episode, we've been doing a lot of personal branding and stuff in uni at the moment, and that's difficult, trying to define kind of what imagery and how you would define yourself visually isn't easy when you don't really know who you are properly. So that's kind of what triggered my idea for that episode. Episode 4 is all going to be about our inner child, which is probably going to be the deepest and probably most emotional episode of them all, to be honest. I still have some things that my inner child wants to heal, and yeah, she's still in there as everyone else watching this. You still have your inner child in you, and they do need listening to, because they might not have been listened to when you were a child, so that's going to be a rough one, I can already tell, but it's also going to be a very, very important one. And I'm really looking forward to finally unlocking that side of my personality that I know is still in me. And the big finale, hopefully, if I don't come up with any other ideas for this series, but episode 5 is all going to be about applying everything that we've learned in the series so far to the future and our goals, and talking about the law of attraction, and especially how our self-esteem and our newfound, hopefully newfound belief in our abilities and newfound determination can be applied to our goals and manifestation and attracting those goals to us, because believing that it's going to happen is very useful in actually making your goals happen. So we're going to learn all about that, and also just in general applying the growth that we've hopefully gained to the future and just our life in general, and hopefully reflect upon how the exercises and stuff we've talked about and all the work that we've done in the series can help us in the future and help us become healthier, happier humans, and yeah, it's gonna be all good. So how it's gonna work is essentially in each episode I'm gonna give you a task to do, maybe 1 or 2 tasks to do, I'm not too sure yet, I'm still writing out the scripts for them, so that's that. And also I'm going to be giving you journal prompts, or giving you kind of, not homework, I don't want to say it's homework because it's not homework, but I do want to, make this a community effort, so we are going to be, as I say, doing some deep reflection and deep work, and yeah, so I'm going to be giving you some journal inspiration for you to go and reflect upon what you learned from the videos, what it's made you think about, what kind of stuff do you think you can do beyond the video, because the important thing to note with these videos is that this is just a starting point. We can't completely heal a problem in one video, right, no matter how long it is, but hopefully it will give you a starting point as well. It was giving me a starting point, it'll also give you a starting point as well to hopefully heal whatever problem you're dealing with, because if we get started in all areas, if it makes significant progress on them and know how we're going to heal them completely, hopefully, then we're all going to be better off in the end. So yes, that is how that's going to work. As I say, I'm very, very excited for this series. I've never done anything like this before, but I've wanted to for so long. I talked last summer a lot about like a glow up series that I was going to do, never got around to doing it, life just got crazy, so hopefully this is going to be the chance where I can help not just myself but a lot of other people, so make sure if you think that this is something you want to do with a friend, or like a group of friends or something, if this sounds like something that could be helpful to you and somebody else perhaps, then make sure to share this, give this video a like, subscribe, because you don't want to miss out on this content, but yeah, just make sure to get this out to as many people as possible, because I really feel this sort of urge that this is going to help a lot of people, so that's why I'm saying just share it with everyone that you know that you think this series might help. And yeah, so as I say, I'm very, very excited for this series. It starts next week, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of my videos, including this series. Make sure to follow me on all my social media, Nace, which will be as always at the end of this video. And yeah, I will see you next week for the first proper episode 2 of A Random Glow Up. So I'll see you in the next one.